Alright everybody, we are back. Had a little issue with the game crashing again, and again it seems to be the same issue. So this is actually very important, so actually let me show you what we're talking about here. We have a cutscene that caused the game to crash again, and the trick has always been the same. If for whatever reason you're out of frame with the person or people that are leaving the area, the game likes to crash when they're leaving the area. It doesn't know what to do about it. So let's actually show you what I'm talking about here. Now I have two different saves here. I have the save after where I fixed it and the save before. So we want to go to the one before. And I believe that's this guy right here. Basically, before we had the little conversation, and again, I'll show you how I fixed it so that you guys, if you have the same issue, can fix it as well. What's going on, again, is literally we had a little dialogue cutscene after the dialogue of them leaving the area, and again, if they're not within the frame, the actual picture that you can see as they're leaving, the game will glitch out on you. So all you have to do is make sure you position your people in the best possible way, which again can be a little difficult. So again, it's always save before you talk to people is really what this is telling you. And if you see that it's cutting out on you, the solution then is literally attack or talk to the people from a different angle. Okay, this is actually just before that, so or just after that. So I need to go further back. So it's not the third one, probably the fourth one then. Mode. This one here. Okay. Alright, so here we are. You see we have the conversation that has yet to take place between Vidya as well as the other two people, and of course the fourth hidden person. So we got the unicorn, Vidya the lion, Kamala Phoenix, and then, four, and then the fifth person that's missing. So again, I went straight to them, but here's where they're going to leave. It's out this way. So literally you want to be as far over there as possible. Come over here, talk to the person. We'll go through the same cutscene, which I'm just going to fly through. Accept. Got the stuff that we wanted to have, and now they leave from the area, and again, they'll come over here and phase out. See that? If they weren't able, if you're not able to see this point in time, basically if I was just a little bit over, it would literally glitch out the game. So that's why I say that if I'm coming from this angle like this, you need to save first, figure out where they're going to leave, and then approach from that angle. Alright? And that literally is all you need to do, guys, to solve that problem. Now, of course, let's actually show you what we got for all that effort. They say they gave us a spell. I didn't see any spell. If you actually look in your inventory, newest, oldest, the one thing that they did get from them was the hat, the Helmet of the Dusk. Helmet is empty inside, but you can't get rid of the feeling that a shadowy face is watching you through its visor. Helmet's a +6 to Wisdom, immunity to stun and daze, which is pretty damn important. Any creature attacking the wearer has to make a successful will save DC 23, which is not the best, but it's not remotely the worst. I've seen way worse DC checks for free gear like this. Or become dazed for 1 round. And again, that's every time they attack you, so that's not that bad. I will actually put that on one of my mercenaries. And notice that her intelligence and charisma is going to get in the toilet because of this, but I still maintain that it's a solid choice for her. Why? She's a wisdom-based character anyway, and she really needs the extra protection from things like stun and daze. Because if she gets hit with that stuff, she's screwed. So her wisdom didn't go down. It's the same exact +6. It's just the intelligence and charisma is getting screwed over here. So her intimidation check is not quite as powerful as it once was. So her persuasion, which again, it went down 3 points as far as this is concerned. 6 over here, 3 on this side. So it literally went down from a 43 to a 40. She's still fine. That's more than enough to do what she needs to do. So I'm not remotely worried about that.
Have a moment of respite?
I had originally thought that the spell that they gave me was some permanent buff, perhaps, on my character. I don't see anything there, but maybe it's in here. Here's Perfect Reflexes, First World Connection. Ooh, and this might be it. The character has gained a special connection to the First World. Once per day, if the character dies in the First World or a location directly linked to it, he or she is immediately resurrected with half of their HP restored. Badass, I'll take that. I don't think it's anything up here. Nope. Okay. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I will totally take that. And again, that kind of falls into the things like Lamashta's Boon, where we get a bonus against fighting against like magical critters and such. So again, a solid choice. Notice that, by the way, I have spells that I'm not supposed to have, and this is because of my mod as well. Again, just a side note here. Spell blending was something that was added by my mod, the Eldritch Arcana. This is an amazing ability. It allows you, you can pick it either two different ways. You can do a spell blending where it gives you two spells, which is what you're seeing here, or spell blending where it gives you one spell. Once you pick the two spells, though, you can never pick it again. So, if you want to do spell blending, usually you can pick it multiple times where you get one spell, one spell, one spell, and that's perfectly fine. The reason I grabbed two, and the reason you'd want to grab two, is it gives you obviously two spells. The reason you don't want to do it multiple times anyway is because this is literally below the caster level that you can cast for spells. So think of it this way. If I can cast level 6 spells, which I can right now, if I pick this up at this point, I would not be able to pick spell blending for level 6 spells because I'm picking two spells. So they all, or both of them, excuse me, would have to be under level 6. Now they could be both level 5. They could be level 1 and 1. They could be 1 and 5, 2 and 4, which is what you're seeing here. So again, any permutation thereof. If you want a spell from the level that you can currently cast, the highest level you can currently cast, then you want spell blending where you pick one spell, okay? And that one you can grab multiple times, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why 2 is considered special, where you can't do it more than the once, but know that. And the reason that that's important is you see where I picked this one up. I picked this up once I was able to cast level 5 spells. Why? Because 4 is lower than 5. 2 is lower than 5. This allows me to grab both the spells that I wanted. Innervation is amazing. Sense Vitals for some sneak attack damage is amazing. So again, that's why I did that. Now, let's get back to our game. And we have nothing else to do here as far as I know. We have all this loot we'll probably take as we leave just to pack it on out. We have teammates that are tired. Journal-wise, let's just do a quick resurvey of what we've done. We're caught up here, here, and there. Even the War of the River Kings is done. This is now done. Sound of 1,000 Screams, that's all covered. We still have to finish our Stolen Lands run. This is the DLC that was added to the game afterwards. This is a good way to get free XP, a lot of level up, as well as some decent loot. So we still have 1 or 2, depending on how I handle it, major fights to go. Now, of course, we still have Curse 7, and again, you see how much time we have between it. Get ready for anything. Ha ha ha, you're funny. But literally, this is it. This is supposed to be the last of it. So we want to have as many things done as we can by this time. Well, the downside is we have curses still to do. And I don't think we have enough time to do all the curses. So this is going to be something that I will not succeed on. Set up a miner camp, region upgrade. I'm just checking to make sure there's not something special here going on. This is all just kingdom upgrade stuff. So basically go back to the kingdom. Okay. I'll get back to the kingdom and I'll show you what I'm talking about when it comes to the curses. I should have been on top of it sooner. And I honestly don't think it's something that is easily done. So those of you that have made that achievement, kudos to you, because it is a lot more difficult than I even thought. The curses have a specific amount of time that it takes to do each of them. And many of them are many days, like 60 days, 30 days, 45 days, 90 days in some points. And again, you see we only have 240 something before this next curse shows up. I don't know if there's any time beyond that for us to still do curse research. So,
would be welcome.
That's of concern. Let's actually teleport to, or flash to our research area to show you what I'm talking about. So remember, curses can be done by either Ja'ad here, who is our priest, high priest no less. He's the one in charge of the divine. Or Octavia, who is our arcanist, our magister, excuse me. And as a result, either of them can do curses. Both of them can do curses. But the problem readily becomes when you have a problem that arises where only either Ja'ad or Octavia has to do it. If both of them are working on curses, you don't have the option. And as you can see, we would have failed this problem if it weren't for the fact we had him available. Now, we have all these curses to do, but if you add up all the time, we got 60, another 60 is 120, another 90, that's 210, that's 295, Was that 295, 385, and then we're back to 60 again. Actually, no, we're not. We got even more. So 90, 60, Jesus, 60, 60. Yeah, so we're way behind. I was honestly hoping for something to show up to drop these times from 60 to like cut them in half. Sadly, that has not happened. And now maybe it'll never happen. Maybe I just didn't research something. As you can see, we've got lots of stuff still to do. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's one of those where I've never wanted specific things like this. It's one of those where I don't see the appeal of some of the things that they have for jobs for us here. Kingdom Defense, again, random encounters. Why would I care about that? Now, maybe it triggers something else. Scouting in the Eastern region. Again, something that we can do. Takes 15 days. It's not that big of a deal. But, again, I don't know. Is there something specific that we'd want? I don't want to put Valerie on there because she's, well, maybe I do. 14 days, that's good enough. And then I'll give her time to rank up after the fact. But what I want to do is curse research. Notice again, any of the ones that have the X on it are ones that are Jod only. So that's this one here, the next two as well. That one and that one. All the others are either Octavia only or both of them. See that? Now the downside again is I do this and I will not have her for 2 months, which means I cannot rank her up again. And she's stuck right now at rank 5. You see that? That's not ideal. But it's what it is. I have one here where it's 60 days again, another one that's 90 days, and last one here that's 75 days. And again, I'd love to do any or all of these. I don't think we're going to be able to get them all done by the end of the game. There is a specific quote-unquote reward for doing so, so clearly we just needed to get on curses sooner. And the only way to honestly do that, for those of you that take anything away from this playthrough, is this. You need to figure out what you need to do to unlock Arcane ASAP, which means probably pushing the Divine like crazy. Make sure that thing maxes out as soon as you can, like level 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and then as soon as you have access to that, you get the opportunity to put someone in the Arcane job, the Magister, which of course is Octavia for us. If you do that as soon as possible, then you have the ability to do Octavia on something while Ja'ad is handling all the mundane day-to-day event bullshit. Or vice versa. When you're ranking her up or using her for stuff like this, you can be using Ja'ad to do this stuff. And that's probably the best way to do it. Okay? So clearly I've made a mistake on that. Nothing I can do about it now, and we're not going back that far in time. But I'll do something like this. Okay? A solid upgrade. We'll take it. And again, it's for no other reason than I want to make sure that it's not going to like pop something special. Because again, if we get something like we have for our regions, remember we had an upgrade that took these from 14 days to 7. And we had same thing with rank ups. Just recently we had something that taken it from 14 days to 7 days. And that's amazing. If we can get something that can do the same for curses, we might still have a shot. I doubt it, but it's a possibility. So I have all that together. Everybody's on that stuff. I want to get back to base. We need to be there physically for us to do the 7-day rank ups. Okay, so we have to go to tax. Quick save, of course, as we're on the way back.
Would be welcome.
Got a lot of people that's going to be tired. As soon as I see him get tired, then I'm going to have to take a knee. He's exhausted. Alright, we're going to do it now. I'll manage, and I'm going to take her back to here. And use rations if she needs to, but I don't think will. Yeah, she forges really well. That stat is based on a specific Lord Nature check. So the best person for Lord Nature is the person you want on hunting. Everybody's rested. Continue our way to Pitax. Oops. I'm going to try to avoid this so we can just get back and do this stuff. Evade. Okay. Now, we have done, as far as I know, reasonably everything in our regions. Okay. We've hunted everything. We found every spot. Tagged everything that should have been tagged as far as I know. And now it's all about mundanely burning through our cities and upgrading them. Stop that shit. I don't want to do that. I want to go inside. Enter. There we go. let's do the main square first because I just grabbed a bunch of garbage that we picked up from those goat beard bastards in the last map we were on. I want to sell off their gear because it's weighing us down, basically. And then we'll throw room, and it's just going to be a lot of ranking people up, doing curses, doing other stuff. If another project shows up, hey, we'll take it. But by and large, we're relying on artisans to turn in the best stuff to us at this point so that we can be quote-unquote awesome. Bakken's supposed to be working on our potion. As soon as he turns that thing into us, guaranteed I'm chucking that thing immediately. That's a solid upgrade for our character. And as a matter of fact, I have a ring. Didn't I? I did have a ring. Let's pop on the Ring of Circumstances for Protolich. That matches mine. You'll notice that the ring that she just took off, just to show you here what we're talking about. The ring we just took off was... this one here, Ring of Improved Proficiency. It's +2 deflection, +1 competence bonus with melee weapons. So basically her base attack bonus went up, or sorry, her attack bonus went up by 1 for all of these. Okay, so a better swing. So why would you want to take that away, Brother Mutants? Well, because I can give her a ring here that can increase her dexterity. That'll give her a 1 across the board for all of her reflex or dexterity-based attacks, which of course are all her melee attacks, as well as all her race spells too. So that's a definite boon in the right direction. Well, what about that cool deflection armor? Well, she already has a ring of protection +5. They don't stack. So this is the best ring she has, and this is the next best upgrade. We'll need to activate it, but she'll get 4 things to activate on here. For her, it's going to be intelligence, dexterity, and those 2 alone will increase her chance to hit, her race spells, her reflexes, as well as her spells per day, as well as the DC checks of her spells. And then I have 2 more things I can upgrade. What would I upgrade? How about charisma to give her more hit points? Better fortitude saves, maybe. I could get all her saves across the board and increase 1, 1, and 1 with this ring. Or I could get a bonus to the DC check of all her spells, which is highly appealing. I don't want to mess with stuff, so give her a bonus to the DC check, so it's even harder for the bad guys to save against it. This is a solid upgrade for every character. And again, we only have 2. One's on my main, one's on my next main, so to speak. And I think that's a pretty good choice. Now here we are back in our kingdom. Selling stuff to Hassif again. For keeping the swords again in case I ever want to cast that spell. Is there anything I want to get rid of? No one's using that Elven Curve Blade, I can tell you that right now. It's an amazing weapon. Don't kid yourself. That's a solid Ghost Touch weapon. But no one's going to use that shit. Keeping the maces. No one's going to use the Champion of Graves, even though that's some solid 3d6 of negative energy damage. Well, you know what? Let's keep that. I could pass it off to Amiri. She's a 2-handed wielder. And a Bardiche might fall within her purview. It's only a martial weapon after all. Keeping Black Salt. Keeping the Escape Crossbow for now. That as well. Don't need the Stone's Keeper. And Speed Dagger, Rage Claw, Cold Iron Dagger. I guess we'll keep all that for the time being. Now, armor-wise, I probably don't need the Raven's Oath. That's not that great of a shield anymore compared to some of the other stuff that we've got. We have to give this, of course, to our other character. Dragon Breastplate, keep that for the time being. Dark Acolyte's robe. This one's low tier, in my opinion, because we have the Dark Master's robe, which is way better. So we're going to get rid of the low tier one. And the Master is another solid choice, as you can see. We have Arbiter's robes. Void Mirror, I've yet to decide if we're keeping that. Bogeyman's robes, probably could get rid of those. Keeping all the transmutation in the robes of element. So there's one for water, one for earth, one for fire, one for air. That's basically water, fire, acid, and electric attacks. So we'll keep all them. And rings and such. What do we got here? Physical might. Let's do by type. No, we want to do by price. It's easier to tell that it's garbage if it's on the low end of the spectrum. Ring of Luck, probably get rid of you. Get rid of one of the rings protection. Armor 5. I don't need quite so many of those anymore. Love that Herbal Escape though. And Ring of Law is nice. Golden Vision. I don't need the Belt of Physical Perfect Components. That's the low tier one. We bought the better version. That's this guy here. So that's good, and that's gonna be good for now. Nothing in here that I want to probably get rid of just now. Same with here and here. All right, I feel good about that. time to get to our kingdom. Alrighty. Clear your highness. Well, thank you, peasant scum. Good work, everybody. And I got my throne back. Yay, throne. Okay. What are we going to do here? Oh, hey there. That's an artisan. Arlene. We already have her masterwork. Arlene's the one that gave us the Grandmaster Rod. That shit's awesome. Rod of Power Source. I'll take one of them. Maybe another specific item? Another rod, please. If we can get her to make all of them multiple times, not counting the Grandmaster one, of course, I'll be happy. But the Rod of Power Source, for those of you that don't know, is this guy right here. This one is an Empower Metamagic Rod, the middle version. So it's level 6 spells on down, which is perfect for me. That's as high as I can cast. So basically, if I need a spell that do 50% more of whatever, more damage, more mirror images, more whatever. If there's a dice roll, then you can have 50% more of it, is what this does. That's what the Empower spell effect is. Notice what the Rod of Power Source actually does besides that. +4 bonus to Conjuration spells DC checks. And the ability to cast 5 spells per day as if they were empowered. So again, not the typical 3 like a normal Metamagic Rod. No, this is 5. So that bonus to Conjuration spells. Now let's take a look at my spell book so we can understand what I'm talking about. See, Conjuration, Grease Spell. Fine example. If I cast Grease Spell, there's a DC check associated with some of these, right? So reflex save in this case, right? So if I want to make sure that it lands, I can either have Spell Focus in Conjuration, Greater Spell Focus in Conjuration, or any number of other things that buff the Conjuration spell, or the Grease Spell in particular, let's just say. But if I have that rod on my person, then again I have another +4 to that DC check. That's awesome. Bonus to my intelligence will work as well. So again, your DC checks are based on 10. Base is always 10, plus your caster level of the spell. Or sorry, I should say the spell level. Let's say it the proper way. So spell level. So you went 10 plus 1, because it's a level 1 grease spell. So that's an 11 is the DC check. Not very impressive, right? But then you also add your intelligence modifier, or your casting modifier. I'm an intelligence-based caster, so in my case, it's the intelligence modifier. So my intelligence modifier for this character is right now sitting at a +11. And once I get to 20, it'll be another point higher, making it at 12. When I get that potion for Bakken, this will go up another 2 points, making this go from 12 then to a 13. So 13 is the best case scenario for me, anyway. I can get it higher, but not with this character. That's a solid DC check then. So 10 plus 1 plus 13. So 11 and 13 is 24. That's for a level 1 spell. And that's not counting spell focus, greater spell focus, and all that jazz. So it's a solid DC check, right? Throw on that Metamagic Rod now. Just keep it on your person. You don't even have to use it. It just has to be in your belt. And now you have a +4 to all your Conjuration spells DC checks. Jumping that up another 4 points. That's pretty damn huge. Now, it's not just that spell that's appealing, right? Because there's plenty of good Conjuration spells. Let's see if I can find you another one that has a save to it. There you go. Snowball. Has a save to it. And again, it's all it is whether they get staggered or not. But again, we use this a lot. Why would you not want it to hit harder? And by harder, I mean higher DC check. That's to your benefit. Level 2 stuff, you would have stuff like Webs of Transmutation, sadly, in this game. Someone has patched that out with a different mod. It should be a Conjuration spell. But for whatever reason, the devs left it at Transmutation. If you grab Call of the Wild, it is in that one, you can have it switched to, I believe you have a choice. You get to switch it to a Conjuration spell, which is what it should be. But right now it's Transmutation, so it doesn't do me any good there. But for Glitter Dust, that's a Conjuration spell. And it has a DC check. So again, a solid bonus. And remember, you want that one to hit. Because if they fail that will save, which is pretty likely for a fighter type, they're blinded for the duration of that spell, which is a long time of them being completely blinded and therefore having probably a 50% chance just to even hit you, to even try to hit you. What do I mean by that? If you're blind, you have no ability to sense the other character, assuming that's true. Because again, you can have like blind sense, blind fight, all this other cool stuff that allows you to see invisible things. The same would be applicable here if I blinded you with Glitter Dust. But if you are officially blind, then you only have a 50% chance to even hit me, which means even if you could have nailed me with a crit, like a nat 20, where it's going to be a guaranteed hit, there's still that die roll where you roll a 100-sided die to decide if you can even see me. So 1 to 50, you don't see me, and you miss completely. Doesn't matter how strong of an attacker you are, if I'm butt-ass naked, you will have a 50% chance to straight up miss me. It's the same as if I had cast on myself Displacement. Displacement gives me that 50% miss chance, okay, for anybody. So that's the beautiful thing about Displacement. But again, if I blind you and all your little buddies standing near you, then you can see the appeal. Solid spell. There's other ones in this list, nothing that I particularly care about, like Stone Call's Conjuration. There might be a DC check on that. I don't see one. No, it doesn't appear to be. Excuse me, goodness. It doesn't appear to be. Level 3, Stinking Cloud, Conjuration, DC check. What else do we have then? If you got Stinking Cloud, you know we got more than just that. Nope. It's Evocation. Innervation, that's my new Necromancy spell. Nothing at level 4. Level 5, Acidic Spray. That's a Conjuration, and that has a DC check. And again, it's a reflex save. You want that one to make sure it hits, so they fail that reflex check. That's to your benefit, because not only do they take full damage, but then if they fail the reflex check on the next round, it ticks for half more damage again. So it's not just 15d6, it's 15d6 plus 7d6 after that, which is pretty damn nice. The Cloud Kill's another Conjuration spell that's pretty decent, and again, got a DC check on it as well, each round, no less. What else might we have? Level 6. Acid Fog, but there's no save on that one. That's a Transmutation. Necromancy. Looks like we've tapped our resources, so we don't have a ton on my character. However, let's take a look at our Eldritch. What do they call this character? Proto-Lich is a Eldritch Scoundrel. There we go. The Eldritch Scoundrel has the full wizard spell book, but only from level 1 through 6. So if I gave her, say, that Rod of Power Source, what might it affect? The same spells that you saw before. So Snowball's still going to be on that list. The Stinking Cloud and all the other ones. But, again, you see her list is a lot more inclusive, right? So what else might be on that list? Pits. That's a Conjuration spell. And there's a DC check for it for a reflex save. Again, she's still going to have the Glitter Dust. We've just added a whole slew, though, of pit spells then. There's no reflex save on Acid, or I just had to check. I know it's a Conjuration spell. Pernicious Poison, that's Necromancy. Nothing there. Level 3. Stinking Cloud again. No save on Summon Swarm. That's just a pet summon. Rage, no, that's enchantment. Spiked Pit. Here's another one with a DC check. Alright. First, that's Necro. Contagion, no, that's Necro. Enchantment. Transmutation. Enchantment. Acid Pit, that's another DC check one. And 5. Acidic Spray again. Cloud Kill again. From there, Hungry Pit. I'll have a DC check. And last one for level 6 for her. Acid Fog, but again, there's no save. Here's one. Chains of Light. Nice DC check on this one. It's a reflex save to avoid being paralyzed. Just like if I did Hold Monster or Constricting Coils or Hold Person. Same general principle. But those other ones we're talking about are will saves. This is a reflex save. This is different, right? So again, something you'd want to have a bonus on. So I might actually hand this over to her because it's a better choice for her. She has more spells that she could capitalize on than me. And she does use that Snowball spell a lot more than I do, for instance. So let's actually do that, shall we? Power Source, what would I get rid of? Less Persistent, Rod of Fearless, Rod of Undeath. Oh, hell yeah, we're getting rid of that one there. Power Source me up, baby. Nice. That's going to make for a very fun character. And again, whenever you do that, you'll notice they like to turn the metamagic rod on, so I'll need to be careful when we take her out that we actually shut that back off. From here, let's just quick save that. So now we need to start skipping weeks ahead by ranking people up. So again, how are we going to do this? First, we need to keep an eye on Ja'ad, make sure that he's available, because remember, she's busy right now doing curse research for the next 60 damn days. And that straight up sucks. Nothing I can do about that. It's either going to be her or him. So he's back in 8 days, no problem. Rank up. Who can I rank up? He wants to go another round. I don't mind Akandayo going one, but let's see who else is on our list here. We have Storyteller, Reg, and Akandayo. Everyone else you see has got the X's, which means they're busy. So we have someone that's got a sad 14, someone that's got a solid 19, and then someone else that's got a solid 17. So the one that's really lackluster right now is really the Storyteller. So he's the one we're going to rank up. So I'll take him off for the time being. Take him off for the time being, because the game likes to make it look like they're busy, even if you haven't said, hey, I definitely want him to do this. So we'll do a save. Matter of fact, we're going to do a hard save as well. Let me finish this part. This way we always have a spot to come back to. Now I could have taken that route of the power source and given it to, say, someone that has even more spells. I have yet to check to see how many conjuration spells fall into the category of cleric, for instance. And again, we have an Inquisitor who's cleric spells. Excuse me, goodness. We have two different actual clerics on the team, Harem and Tristan, and they have the full list of level 1 through 9 cleric spells. And I'm sure they have conjuration spells as well. Matter of fact, I think all of the healing spells are conjuration spells, now that I think about it. And those have DC checks. Why would they have DC checks, brother? I mean, you're healing somebody. Why would you save against that? Well, if you're undead, there's a DC check. You see that? Because you're trying to hurt them. So that's the appeal. Now, it doesn't mean that that's still the best choice for getting that rod of power source. But again, it's still a valid option. I would check, though, against, say, Octavia, because she has, remember, the wizard spell book from 1 to 9. And she will have, literally, if I have any say in it, every spell 1 through 9. So that she has every opportunity to cast a spell. Even in the ones that aren't her favorite list, she'll have the opportunity. So, again, all the conjuration spells then, for wizards anyway, will be at her beck and call. And that's pretty cool. That's a definite solid choice, in my opinion. Now that we've saved, though, let's actually rank ourselves up a little bit here. So we got a region upgrade. People turning stuff in. Success. Oh, look, we finally are in the Serene category. About damn time. Triumph. Let's see. After hearing their complaints out, the counselor exempted them from paying taxes and made an impassioned speech about solidarity and how those who enjoy fortune's blessings today must help those who are in need. Okay. +2 to community, +7 to loyalty, -4 to economy. And let's face it, economy can take the hit. It's not that big a deal. Success from Lindsay. Opportunity livestock, like livestock. The slave traders received a delivery of slaves as soon as they descended to the cargo hold. These captives, carefully selected for their skill in hand-to-hand combat, engaged the slavers and captured the ship with their bare hands. Oh, fuck yeah. They brought the ship to shore and provided the true captives with shelter and care. Boom. That's nice, Lindsay. Good work. +4 to community, +5 loyalty, +3 relations, and 3 more BP. That's a drop in the bucket at this point. 1 BP per week. The dwarves have improved the mines. That's Dreestenvag Miner. Cool. And as you can see, we got upgrades. So we have a region upgrade. Claim the Tours of Lebanese. And that will take 7 days to do that. We should actually consider that. Strength the storyteller's job as the curator. Now that is his job. So again, if you look at this, see where it says curator? I can do that. And that's definitely worth doing because that will take his 17 up higher. Now, how much higher, I can't tell you. But basically, it gives him a bonus. And again, much like these other guys, which we could have done for like Bartholomew and blah, blah, blah. But we'll definitely rank him up here. And I don't mind the BP cost because this is, again, nothing. And that'll take 20 days to do. He'll be available by the end of the month. So no problem there. Notice, curator needs our help. Mystic circles, haha, see, problem? We really need to have this hammered out before the end of this month, because the beginning of next month, if by the 1st you haven't put someone on here, you're screwed. Well, she's busy all this month and even into next month, most of it. He's done in a day. That's why we always keep one available. And again, that's definitely where I screwed up earlier by not unlocking Arcane ASAP. So push your Divine if you ever have any advice here. Once you get to Chapter 2, you get your Kingdom. They give you the first 4 of these, excuse me. You get Community, Loyalty, Military, and Divine. Economy shows up quickly. That's usually when you get a hold of Jubilost. And then Relations unlocks, let's see, it says in Small Baronies, the Regent, which is, again, this person here, Community, covers Relations. Until you get Community up to a specific rank, like 3 or 4 or whatever, then they'll finally give you the option. They'll say, hey, I can't handle all this work, and then they'll say, hire this person. Same applies for the Arcane. The person that handles the Arcane until that time is the Divine person. So you rank up Divine like crazy, get it to the point where it's like rank probably 3 or 4, and they'll say, hey, I can't handle all this Arcane shit. Can you hire somebody? And boom, just like that, you have another advisor. And that's the one you're shooting for. So again, rank up Divine, rank up Divine, rank up Divine. That's your goal, probably early game. From there, you'll unlock everybody else, but Divine's probably your biggie, so that you can do all those curses. Between the Divine and the Arcane, you got it covered. Now, we have someone that wants to meet us. Let's quick save that, because everything passed beautifully. Notice that we are in the Serene category. I have no idea what that actually means officially, but I'm assuming that means a bonus to all of our checks. That's definitely to our benefit. We definitely want that. And again, I was Serene last time I did my playthrough, way before this, so this really sucks that it took this long. But it's what it is. Hey, yo. What you got for me? Storyteller, Your Highness, I was informed that various political newspapers and leaflets have become very popular amongst your subjects. Many criticize the authorities, and some publish gossip and rumors that might be unpleasant to you personally. However, the very appearance of these things and their popularity among the people are signs of the great success we've managed to achieve in education. Look at that. My subjects can read, and what they're reading is that I suck. Coolsies. I don't think we should act. If we try to stop the spread of such newspapers, we'll only be adding fuel to the fire. Leave everything as it is. We'll let them have their discussion and allow their readers to make up their own minds. My experience shows that only a free society is capable of criticizing and eliminating absurd ideas more effectively than 1,000 censors ever could. Pay 2 BP. We will meet all their accusations by issuing our own newspaper. It's a good thing we already have a printing press. Community +2, loyalty +2, stability +2, and we lose 2 BP a week, which we can totally afford. That's not a bad one. Their freedom is guaranteed. Their freedom of speech. We will not interfere. Community penalty, loyalty +2, stability penalty. Screw that. We can't allow unknown agitators to undermine the people's respect for authority. I demand this newspaper be shut down and all political media banned. That's obviously a bad one. Loyalty -2, and then of course Cac Evil. What is there to explain? Execute the slanderers now. I like that one. You're my advisor. It's up to you. Now again, if you ever have a quibble, if you go against what your advisors ever want for too long, every once in a while is not the big deal. If it's every goddamn time he says, oh, do this, and you say, nope, fuck you, I'm doing that, eventually they'll quit. They will say, fuck you, I can't handle this anymore, and I'm outie. And they'll bounce. So don't try to go against them too much. You can have a little bit of leeway there, but don't go crazy on them. In this case, he wants us to do this one, right? I'm okay with doing this one. We'll meet all their accusations by issuing our own newspaper. It's a good thing we already have a printing press, so we'll pull our own slander out there. And again, it'll cost us BP, but it's a bonus across the board. He may not love it, but he'll like it enough. What do we call it? The Royal Times? The Loyal Herald? This will lead nowhere good. Community +2, loyal stability +2, stability +2, -2 BP. We support the curator's endeavors. That's his next rank up. Cool. Any artisans? Artisans? Bakken? 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 That's not Bakken. That might be Bakken. It's Bakken. No, damn you, Bakken. Faced by the awkward silence, Bakken searches through your bag for quite a while. Finally pulls out. There you go. A little something from old Bakken. Oil of bane of everything. Cool. It's weird that he was supposed to, next time he showed up, he was supposed to give me his masterpiece. I thought. Dragon. Greetings, Your Highness. Lava Forged Axe. Thank you for your gift. Cool. I'll show you that one here in a mo. What else? Yeah. Is that you, Mim? It is the Power Stone. Ooh. She-Ra. Okay. The goldsmith's face shines. Your Highness, please accept this humble gift as a token of my deep affection, respect, and whatever else the rules tell me I'm supposed to say. I very much hope you like it. I worked hard on it. Great. I can't wait to see your next thingy. That means I can create my brilliant design. I can't wait for you to see the light when it's ready. Woot! Make me a masterpiece. Now, what do we get? If we go here and go newest to oldest, you will see. Vakken brings us potions and other ointments of other kinds. In this case, this is an oil. Notice this one. Caster level 7 innately. It lasts for 1 minute per level, so 7-minute buff. Basically, you cast it, can copy the effects of Bane everything. So literally, this allows you to turn your weapon, whatever weapon it is, for 7 minutes at a time into a Bane weapon. So anything you're shooting is +2 to the swing and +2 to the damage and another 2d6 of damage per hit. Now, these are potions, kind of. As such, I've yet to test them because it's an oil, not really a potion, but it's in potion format. I have yet to test it to see if, say, Jubilos can use it on my weapon, and therefore my weapon becomes a Bane weapon for his caster level for double the duration. Remember, he has that ability with potions. This is not a potion, it's an oil. But the game may not distinguish between the two. So that would be worth checking out. I would scum save that first to prove it to yourself. But hey man, that's cool. Now the downside is I don't know that it's not gonna show up here as a buff. So you're not gonna necessarily see that it's 7 minutes versus 14 minutes, or in his case, 18 or 19 minutes times 2. But surely you'll be able to map that out while you're playing. You're like, wow, this buff is awesome, and then suddenly it falls off, and you're like, oh, I thought it was going to last longer. Well, that's why, because it didn't really work with his upgrade. But again, something you can check on. Notice, here is our Lava Forge axe. This was the other one I was thinking of. And again, it's the Great Axe. So like I said, I knew there's a Great Axe out there that was awesome. So this is a Greater Flaming Bleed Enhancement +5 Great Axe, which is a lot of words. Look at the damage this bastard does, man. 8 to 33 damage. 2d8 of it is fire damage. It's a +5 weapon, 1d12, two-hander. So of course you want a high strength character and power attack on, so you can really just lop heads off left and right. This would be an amazing one to hand to Amiri, for instance. Notice the high crit modifier. It's still a nat 20, but when it does crit, 3 times the damage, and that's some potent ass damage. Then notice the bleed part. Whenever a bleed weapon lands a hit, it makes the target bleed for 1 to 6 HP per round. Bleed will continue until the target receives magical healing or leaves combat. Now that may not work on something that regenerates, but most things, not all, most things that regenerate hate fire too. So potato patata, I still like that as a weapon. And again, I was really tempted early in this, well, before this playthrough started, of course, to make a Great Axe Saint instead of a Sword Saint, because the Great Axe, there's a ton in this game, as you know, because we've given most of the better ones to Amiri. Now, the last thing we got was the Power Stone. This is actually a ring. Notice it's a +4 to strength, and the ability to cast Bull Strength 3 times per day as a 3rd level wizard. Well, why would you need to do that? You already have the +4 to strength. You can't add those together. That doesn't mean you can't cast them on your pets. This is why this is an okay ring in my book. It's not amazing, but by and large, if you had someone that had, say, a weak strength, you could slap it on them and actually be reasonably okay with it. Person I would probably put it on would honestly be probably Knock Knock, because he doesn't really need all this weird stuff here. Ring of Luck is not doing him that much good. His strength, he's got the physical flow belt, but if I swap him out with the ring and give him, say, the physical form belt, that's Dex and Con, 4 and 4. And then I don't need a Con bonus, which means this extra planar cloak can hop off. He still has got the Con he needs, and we'll go by type. And what kind of cloak can I give you, bro? Cloak of Resistance, so 11, 22, and 10 turns into 14, 25, and 13. Nice. So again, constant upgrades that you'll be doing for your characters, so always feel free to check your guys. But from there, we do want to check to make sure Bakken didn't drop off my potion over here. Nope. Damn you, Bakken. You promised me a potion, damn it. Maybe that one gift you just gave us was just a mini, like a little mini gift. Not the official monthly gift. Seems weird, though. +1 culture. Rank up again. Let's support his endeavors again so we can push him one more time. But again, he's busy right now. Quick save that mess. Alright, what we got for events? We're waiting to do this one. And you notice that he's done in a day. I don't want this. Alright, let's look at the clock. Okay, we have the 8th. If I push a rank up or even claim a region, that takes 7 days, right? Let's say I claim the tours of 11 days for some reason. This will push this to 15 days, okay? This event needs to be done by him or her. She's busy. He will be available in 7 days, no problem. Notice how it takes 20 days to solve it, though, right? So, when will that be? If it's 15 plus 20, that'll be 35. There's not 35 days in the month. So, he would only be able to do this month. If another problem comes up, or even an opportunity comes up where, again, him or her can do it, then they're both busy. You see the problem. So, you don't want to push a 7-day jump when he's a day away. So what do? Well, in my case, since we haven't rested yet, let's do a rest. That gives everybody their abilities back, and again, gets the ring of circumstances back online. So we do quick save here, press R. Okay. Here. Go. Now, what to do from here? He is still not available, but if you quick save it and just skip a day, then he'll be available. And again, you can see if he passes this check, which he may not, because it's a 40% chance. So this is the best way to scum save. Skip a day. Success. +7 High Priest gathered the best Inquisitors and sent them out to hunt. Soon the region was cleared of the hags and their minions. Piss off, hags. Fucking hate you. Now, Mystic Circles. 100% chance to pass it. I like the sound of that. Now, next rank up, and you see we have lots and lots of people. Now, of course, I can still grab the other region. But I can't because both of those people are busy. I still can do Trading Grounds. Matter of fact, I think we probably should. This is we've never had another upgrade for Bakken, and this is his area. Sadly, this is not the one that it says on my paper that this is the one that he wants, but nothing else has come up. You know what? I'm going to give it a turn. I'm just going to give one more rank up for somebody else. Lindsay can go from 18 up, 21 up. Ooh, my, that's nice. What else we got over here? Economy. Oh, here we go. Get Jubilost up. But he's also at 18. But I don't mind that. He needs to be ahead of everybody else anyway for us to capitalize on the economy. Reg, he could use some help, even though he's at a 20. He's only at rank 4, you see that? We have Espionage again. I don't mind that going up. So who was it again? Lindsay. Christian. Ruby. Reg. So that's our choices. Okay. Quick save that mess. Who would we want to rank up? Again, I can't tell you. I have, like I said, a list. If we were to be specific for that list, the person that I want the most is Nazriel to go up in status. She wants population upgrade, and that's not on one of these choices. The population person is the regent under the community. See the kingdom's population there? And that would be Valerie. Valerie. So we can't upgrade that one right now, but relations we can, and that's a Lindsay thing. See that? She's already at 6 though, and that's what it says that she needed. So technically speaking, Nazriel's not going to go up again until we do more Val stuff. But that doesn't mean I don't have to do Lindsay. Get her upgraded. Again, she's at an 18. She could definitely use a bump. I think though that Ekin might be the one that I really worry the most about. And the reason I say that is not that the 18 scares me, it's that he doesn't have a whole lot of room for growth after this. So getting him up as soon as possible to this cap kind of may make us push the espionage checks a little bit better. And every time that they succeed on their checks a little bit better, you'll notice when they pass those opportunities and problems, usually they get a bonus to whatever stat they're associated with. So in his case, espionage would go up every time he passes a check. So let's get him up. Again, I always take everybody off from the list after looking at it. Before we do this, though, is there any kind of upgrade stuff that I'd like to work on? Not if it's going to take more time than we have in the month. She's busy, can't do that one. You can do that one. And I don't mind this. Again, it's not something that we care about. Not the point. We want to upgrade our kingdom so that all these things are gone would be the goal for me by the end of the campaign. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you right now. But we could try. At 20 days, that'd be kind of pushing it. 45 days, that's definitely pushing it. And we can't do regions without using me for that 7-day jump, so we can't do that at the same time we rank somebody up. So, who do we put on stuff? Not too velocity. Oh, we already did. Okay, good. So, quick save that. Get it, buddy. And we should get a lot of artisans just randomly dropping shit off to us every time. So every time we've passed these things, we should go out to our throne room, make sure that the artisans don't waddle up to us and give us free shit. Espionage is now rank 5. Really nice. Finally. Success. Exploration of the eastern regions complete. So literally, what does this say? Sure, they've covered the area and there are no more points of interest in the region of the Camelins and Silverstuff Lake. So we've covered everything. Not surprising. Protectors of the land. The project is complete. +1 morale, bonus armor class, and saving throws while fighting in the claimed region. That includes the Tenebris Depths, which is the last DLC big fight we have to do, right? So that'll be a nice bonus. Our scouts have returned with news. Send scouts to the Camelins. And again, we just found out that we've covered everything. So we're good there. Now, everything passed. Save. How are we doing here? He's done in 7 days. She's got a ways to go. He's done in 12 days. So if we do another 7-day jump, we're good to go. Minister wants to talk with us. Not surprising. Testimony. Let's put him on that for now. Here, Ekandio. Notice again, I should point this out for those of you that skip through some videos. Notice that Reg has the red swatch. That usually means he's a bad choice for this. Art of Persuasion, and it literally tells you Ragongar is hot-headed and direct. This is not his cup of tea. He may pass it, but it doesn't usually end well, even with a good pass. Ekin, on the other hand, is okay. And a 50% chance is a 50% chance. I'll totally take that. Start your event. Start your events. Save that mess. Go to the throne room, which we were going to do anyway, but we always want to. So this will be the last person we upgraded, which would be Ekandio talking to us about something else, probably a project, something to do. We're fighting someone else's war. We aren't Gralton. We aren't Litrin. We have no stake in this fight. Let us escape it before we're stabbed in the back. Petitioning for peace is an option, though unreliable. Let's distract them first. You cannot deal with the Grey Gardeners, but death already stalks them closely. Corin Goss rules Galt, and he is wary of the Gardeners. They decapitated more than one of his predecessors, and he'll strike if we give him a target. He'll find good reason, a betrayal. We can expect to be left alone after that. Okay, so basically we're just going to throw the Great Gardeners apparently under the bus. We have another option, but it leads us down a dangerous path. There is an order of vengeance in Gralton. Wild Avengers with deeply wounded hearts. They look to settle scores, but their numbers are too few. We could draw them into an alliance with Gralton, and their numbers will grow. They would return to Galt to exact their vengeance, and the Gardeners would become too busy to bother with us. But blood will flow, and they'll remember what we've done. So pass the information about the Gardeners to the leader of the Revolutionary Council of Galt. That's a bonus to espionage and relations. Help the Order of Vengeance achieve their revenge. That's a bonus to relations and espionage. Same thing. Organize peace negotiations with Litran. Relations +4. He wants us to do this one. I'm going to do what he says. Very well. I'll send Goss all he'll need to know about the Grey Mask and support the Minister's endeavors. So he wants another rank up. Awesome. I'm actually kind of surprised he wants another rank up. We're only at 100 on the espionage right now. We're going to go over here, check, make sure nothing got dropped off. Ah, look it. Great sword. That wasn't there a moment ago. Newest. It is called the Great Sword +3. Just a random Great Sword +3. Thanks, guys. Okay, I'll take it. I don't know why That is a gift. I'm going to sell it off immediately. Give me some money. We're doing good on money. We are far from broke. Now, of course, we'll get an upgrade for doing what Ekin wanted. +1 espionage. We're up to 104 now. Not bad. And again, he wants another rank up, but is busy. That's okay. So those guys are all good. Quick save on that. Now, shall we claim another region? Looks like we can't. Busy. Trading grounds. He's busy. She's busy again for match with the abandoned keep. So we'll have to hold off on those. So it's time for another rank up. And again, is there anything else I'd like to do? Because we only got 3 and 6 visors busy right now out of 10. I'm about to rank up someone else. That's 7. So where's the other 3 doing? Again, do I need to upgrade something? Do I need to put somebody on something? 20 days. That'd be kind of rough. I'd rather do those in the beginning of the month. Yeah, let's do those at the beginning of the next month. Okay. So rank up. So who can we rank up this time? It looks like Lindsay's a choice. This is Val this time. That's community. And again, that one is one we want to get up. Military, again, Reg. Could use some help. And Keston. And he's one that we can't rank up any other way. He's he's a non-player character. So his stat bonus is really coming from everything we kind of invest in here. Val is the one, though, that I wanted for, again, Nazriel, the one that makes my magic sword, my masterpiece weapon that I'm waiting for. It's called Perfection. It's a +5 longsword that gives me a +2 to a variety of stats, including armor, saves, damage, just a ridiculous amount of shit that it just gives you by holding it in your little fisties. So it's an amazing weapon. So I want that. And that's one of the only ways I know of to make it happen. So let's get that ranked up. Now the downside of that is she's going from rank 6 to 7. We need to get to 9 to make Nazriel happy. But yeah, every little bit probably helps, so I'm not going to complain. It's just one of those things that we're not going to be as cool as we were hoping to be. Do your thing. Everyone pass your checks and make me happy. Make me rich. Make me very, very rich. Nice. Regions endeavors. Success projects complete. Coolio. And look at all the cool shit that needs to be done. We have Jubilos can do that one. She can do that one probably. Keston can do that one probably. This one, he's busy. Let's see. Opportunities aren't as important, and it's only 20 days away. Oops. This one here is a problem. It's 9 days away. He can't complete it. You see that? In this month, in this time frame, he can't complete it. He will pass it, or could pass it, I should say. We'll have to give him some help. Point is he can do this. It's just it won't be turned in until next month. And that's okay because, or supposedly it is okay, because this one supposedly isn't needed until the 1st. So we'll have to hold off on that. It's possible that we have the other guy. Aha, he'll be available in 5 days. That's the 28th. And then we can put him on this one. Okay? So we should be good. So let's put Val on this one. Is there anyone else that we could put on it? We can put Reg on it. And I say that because she's about to tell us, that she wants an upgrade. So we can bump her up again for another 7 days. That'll put us at the 30th, the end of the month. All right, give me rich. Come on, artisans, make me cool shit. It is Val. Dora, we're fighting crime in our lands and the bandits are running scared. In fact, many of them are ready to come clean and return to civilian life. They insist that it was starvation that led them down the slippery slope, but now that the kingdom is prospering, they want to return and do honest work. Their families are flooding us with petitions for a pardon. I consider it inappropriate. You can't pardon highwaymen and murderers and let them live in peace among their victims. Every single one of them must answer for their crimes. Anyone who starts working for an honest living will be pardoned for their crimes. Bonus to economy, minus to stability, that's against what she wants. Lawful neutral, they must be held accountable for their crimes. They will be shown no mercy. minus 2 economy, which we can totally afford, and stability +5. That's the one we're doing. That is reasonable. I'm glad we see the situation the same way. Notice support the region's endeavors again. That's her next upgrade. Any artisans? Any artisans? Anything? What? What? What's up? Free stuff? Free stuff? Free stuff? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah! What do you got? Turtle. Your Highness, please accept this new gift. This is our leather person, if I'm not mistaken. Windfall is a belt. I personally vouch for this quality. We'll see. Let's see. Did we get Turbo's magic upgrade? No. No, that's chemo. Damn it. Where's Turbo? There you go. Oh, Royal Guardian armor. Yeah, I think we did get the Royal Guardian armor from her already. Didn't we? I have to check that. That's an amazing armor, by the way. She has, or he, it, they, whatever, has really good belts. So I'm still going to have them make belts. Can we? Or boots. Let's do boots. We're really low on boots. Okay. Anyone else? No. Boo.